This is the new Toyota Camry. It looks striking, but it's still a hybrid and it's still as pricey as ever. My name is Amaan Ahmed and I'm bringing to you a first look video of the new 2025 Toyota Camry. If you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe to Carandbike and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Now let's take a closer look at what makes this Camry different from the outgoing model. This is perhaps the most substantial revision that the Camry has received from an exterior point of view. The Camry has always been a rather staid, even a little boring choice, at least in terms of its design and styling, but that changes with this generation. As you can see, it looks a lot bolder, a lot sportier. It has what Toyota refers to as the hammerhead design, and this of course we've seen on the new Prius. The new Prius is a good looking vehicle and I would say that this look suits the new Camry as well. It looks quite sharp at the front. As you can see, it has these boomerang shaped LED daytime running lights and these new LED headlights. The grille itself is quite slim, but you have a rather large air intake over here. It is finished in this metallic grey sort of finish, which looks quite nice. And you will also notice that it has a camera up front because now the Camry has 360-degree cameras, but we'll get to the features in a bit. When you come over to the side, you will see that the new Camry has 18-inch alloys, so the size remains the same as before, but you now get a new design. These are dual tone alloys and they look quite nice, suit the stance of the new Camry. What's also worth noting is that this is not a fully new car, so the platform remains exactly the same as that of the outgoing Camry, but there is a slight difference in length. The Camry now measures more than 4.9 meters in length. It's almost nearly 5 meters and you can tell by the sheer presence of the car, but the wheelbase remains unchanged at 2,825 millimeters. What's also worth noting is that the new Camry is a shade lighter. It is lighter by 20 kilos compared to the outgoing model. And if you'll come over to the back, unfortunately, I can't show you what it actually looks like because there's some light here and it's reflecting quite visibly on the tail section. But as you can see, once again, the shape of the tail lights mimics that of the headlights themselves. There's a C-shaped element in there. So now I'm inside the new Camry and it feels rather nice because Toyota has used brown leather. They call it yellow brown for some reason, but it's more brown than it is yellow. As you can see, the dashboard is completely new. Earlier, the outgoing car had this Y-shaped element built into the center console and that looked a little untidy. That has been tidied up now. So as you can see, the dashboard has this blade-like element. It looks quite nice. I'm not too sure how it'll age because as you can see, it's already catching a few smudges. Over here, you will notice the new Camry has a new 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system and it comes with a whole host of functions built in. But there is only a single dial. There aren't any buttons like you found on the older Camry's infotainment. There's a stack of physical buttons over here, which is a welcome touch. Your AC vents are down here. Below that, you will see there are some USB ports for charging and you also get a wireless charging pad which wasn't there on the outgoing Camry. Over here there are your drive mode buttons, Eco, Normal and Sport. You have an electronic parking brake. There's a large armrest with a lot of storage space built in over here and there's also a 12-volt socket. The front seats themselves are ventilated and they also have 10-way power adjustment and lumbar support. The steering wheel is also power adjustable and you now also get a 12.3-inch digital driver's display. Once again, it's looking quite nice and you also have a head-up display. Now to talk about some other features, the new Camry also gets a sunroof, but it's not a panoramic sunroof, it's a regular electric sunroof. And you now get 360-degree cameras like I told you earlier. And there are some additional buttons on the steering wheel as well. And that's because the new Camry has advanced driver assistance systems. So this has level 2 ADAS and that brings a whole host of functions such as adaptive cruise control, autonomous emergency braking, lane keep assist and the works. Now let's jump into the rear seat of the new Camry and see what it's like over there. So now I'm in the back of the new Camry, which is a lot like the old Camry because there is acres of room over here. As you can see, I have great knee room, leg room is good, headroom is also pretty good. Width-wise, this is a pretty wide car, so you will be able to seat 3 abreast at the rear. The only issue is there is a prominent central transmission tunnel which will rob the center passenger of foot space. You also get a full-size armrest with dedicated touch-sensitive controls through which you can control a variety of things. Over here, you've got your cup holders But at the rear, there are certain bits which could have felt nicer. Like these AC vents feel quite ordinary for a car of this category. You do get two USB Type-C ports down low, and you also get dedicated sunshades. So the rear of the new Camry is a pretty comfortable place to be. But now let's take a look at the boot space. As you can see, the new Camry continues to have a rather large boot. The total capacity of this boot is 524 liters. As you can see, it's pretty deep and wide, and there's not much of a loading lip, so you will be able to load stuff in quite easily. Under this cover, you will find a full-size 18-inch spare wheel, and if you take a closer look inside, you will see a through loading area built into the rear seat backrest. There is no power tailgate opening for the new Camry, but it's easy enough to shut. Now, central to the new Camry remains its hybrid powertrain. It continues with the same 2.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, but it now has an upgraded hybrid electric system. So you now get a more powerful motor. Toyota has also replaced the nickel metal hydride battery with a lithium ion battery, which primarily is the reason for the reduced weight of the new Camry. And power output is rated at close to 227 bhp combined, and torque remains at somewhere around 220 Newton meters. But the most important thing is that the new Camry is also more fuel efficient than the outgoing model. Toyota says that the ARAI certified fuel efficiency figure for the new Camry stands at 25.4 KMPL, which is nearly as much as the new Maruti Suzuki Dzire. If you haven't watched our video review of that, then click on the pop-out banner to see it. Like I said at the start of the video, the new Camry remains an expensive proposition. So the new Camry is priced at 48 lakh rupees. That's almost 2 lakh rupees more than the outgoing Camry. And of course, it does have the equipment to justify that premium. However, it is now competing against a different class of car, as Toyota believes that this will now go up against the likes of the Audi A4, the Mercedes-Benz C-Class and the BMW 3 Series, and not to forget the Lexus ES as well. So what do you think of the new Camry? Are you impressed by the feature additions? What do you make of its design and styling? Do you think at this price, it does feel like a justified purchase? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. If you have any feedback for us, we'll be happy to hear it. If you have any feedback for Toyota regarding the Camry, then leave that in the comments too. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you know somebody who would be interested in the new Camry, then remember to share this video with them.